Hello there, welcome back to math. So today we're going to be talking about division with 0 and 1. Remember, if you multiply times 0, you get 0 every time. If you multiply times 1, you get that same number. And there's certain rules that those two follow with division also. So let's talk a little bit about division with 0 and 1.
Okay, hey guys, so today we're going to move on with using our multiplication facts to help us with division. And we're going to look at 1 and 0. Now remember, 1 and 0 have special properties when it comes to multiplication. Anything times 1 is that same number, and anything times 0 is 0. So keep that in mind as we get into this. Here's a story. Neil has 3 goldfish. He puts 1 goldfish in each bowl. How many bowls did Neil use? So he had 3, and he put 1 in each group, and he ended up with 3 groups or 3 bowls. Now keep in mind that to get the answer, let's say we didn't know that, we would think 1 times what equals 3. And of course we know it would be 3 because of the identity property of multiplication, right? Now, let's look at something different. Let's look at 0. 0 is a tricky little number, okay? 0 divided into 3 groups. So if I have 0 cookies and I'm going to put those on 3 plates, how many cookies are going to be on each plate? Well, let's think about it. 3 times what equals 0? Well, the answer has to be 0. And again, if you think about it, if I have no cookies at all, and I wish I had some cookies now, and I put them on 3 different plates, there's going to be no cookies on any of the plates. Okay, and also because 3 times 0 equals 0. Well, what if I had 3 cookies and I divided them into 0 groups? Huh? How am I going to do that? Well, think about what we would have to figure out is 0 times what equals 3. That doesn't work. Anytime you multiply by 0, because of the 0 property of multiplication, you're going to get 0. So you cannot multiply 0 times anything to get 3. So you cannot do this. And it doesn't make sense anyway. If you've got 3 cookies and you put them into 0 groups, you can't because you already have the 3 right there. So you cannot divide any number by 0. Now you can divide 0 by some number. 0 divided by 50 is going to be 0. But you cannot say 50 divided by 0. That doesn't work. So you can divide. 0 can be a divisor here. No, I'm so sorry. 0 can be the dividend, but it cannot be a divisor. All right? You can have 0 to start with, but you can't divide something into 0 groups. That doesn't work. Let's go down here to the convince me. Sue wrote 9 invitations. She put 1 invitation in each mailbox on her street. How many mailboxes got invitations? Which equation shows the problem and the solution? Explain your thinking. That's a lot of stuff. Okay, so she had 9 invitations, and she put them in 1 in each mailbox. So that's going to be 9 divided by 1. Explain which equation shows the problem and the solution. It's right there. How many mailboxes? 9. Explain your thinking. We did it by saying she had 9 invitations. She put 1 in each box, and that was 9 boxes. Up here to the guided practice. Do you understand? Do you understand? How can you tell without dividing that 375 divided by 375 is 1? It's because we know that 1 times 375 equals 375. The identity property of 1 of multiplication. Describe how you can find 0 divided by 1 equals what? Now we can do that. Remember, you can say 0 divided by something because you're going to take that, flip it around. The fact family will be 1 times something equals 0. And we know that it's going to be In 3 and 4, solve the multiplication equation to find the quotient. Remember, the quotient is the answer to a division problem. And remember, he's telling you here, you cannot divide any number by 0. 0 cannot be a divisor. It can be a dividend, but not a divisor. Find 8 divided by 8. Well, 8 times 1 is 8, so 8 divided by 8 is that. Find 0 divided by 9. 9 times 0 equals 0, so 0 divided by 9 is 0. Okay, dividing with ones and zeros. It's a little tricky, it's a little fun. If you get a chance and you have an iPhone, you can ask your iPhone, what is 0 divided by 0? And that is an interesting question with an interesting answer. And I'll leave you with that.